Hey friends, thanks for joining me today, and I am doing a little celebrating because I hit 200 subscribers. We are actually at 212 as of today. We've only been a channel for a couple weeks now, so I can't thank each and every one of you enough for helping me get there. I was really nervous to start a channel, but my friends just kept encouraging me, and so I said, what the heck? What could go wrong? But seriously, I want to thank Chris, my husband, for being an awesome cameraman and editing person, because without him, I would not be able to do this. I am very technologically challenged, as they say. So today, for you, I'm going to make my signature cookie recipe. It's called lemon shortbread cookies, and it's got a nice and tangy lemon glaze, and the cookies literally melt in your mouth. And before we get started on the cookies, I thought, as a little celebration, I would make for you one of my favorite champagne cocktails called the French 75. So I'm going to show you how we do it. So for this French 75 cocktail, we are going to need a ½ ounce of simple syrup, a ½ ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, 1 ounce of gin, and then we're just going to top it with our sparkling wine. You can use champagne, California sparkling wine, Prosecco. Then we are just going to take outer peel of a lemon and just make it into a little strip. Kind of coat it around the glass and drop it in. And there you have it, our French 75 cocktail. Cheers, everybody. Delicious. So let's get started making our dough. For this, we are gonna need 1 cup of unsalted butter. That is equal to 2 sticks. We are also gonna need 1 cup of powdered sugar. Now, once those 2 ingredients are added, we are going to beat it with the mixer for 1 to 2 minutes until it's light and fluffy. That looks good. Our next ingredient is going to be 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. Then we need the zest of 2 tablespoons of lemon. Now, just in case I haven't shown you guys this is called a microplane, and this is really going to be the best thing to use for zesting. It's also good for Parmesan cheese and all kinds of different things. It has really fine graters, and it makes it really easy to zest it. Now, you can use just a regular box grater, but I think this works a lot better. So now this was the zest of approximately 4 to 5 lemons, depending on the size of your lemons. Now I used unsalted butter, so I'm going to add a quarter teaspoon of salt. Now, if you're using salted butter, you don't need to add the salt. Now we're going to turn our mixer back on and combine everything. And now to this mixture, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And continue mixing until it all comes together. And now what we're going to do is lightly flour our cutting board. Form your dough into a ball and place it on the board. Now it's going to be a little bit crumbly at first, but don't worry about that. Just take it and give it a couple little turns, and it'll form into a nice dough. And now what we want to do is pat it out into a circle, and we are going to put that in a Ziploc bag. We're only doing this because once it chills, it gets a little bit harder to roll. And if we already give it a little bit of a head start, it's going to be easier to roll. Now, we're just going to let this chill for about 30 minutes. So now I'm going to show you how to make the lemon glaze for the cookies. It only has 2 ingredients. We are going to start with 2 cups of powdered sugar. I already had 1 cup in there, so now I'm adding the other. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon. So all this lemon juice is going to give it a really nice tang. Now at this point, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I'm just going to show you, if you want it to be a nice pale yellow color to kind of mimic the lemon, I add 1 drop of yellow food coloring. Now, like I said, that's optional. Now, as I'm stirring this, I'm noticing it's a little bit on the thick side. So you will have to play around with this just a tiny bit. This is probably going to need just a touch more lemon juice. And when you're all done, I'm going to show you the consistency that it should be. So now that our dough has been chilling in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, let's roll it out. Sprinkle the cutting board lightly with flour. Now you can chill your dough for up to an hour actually, but don't chill it any longer because if you do, it's going to be too hard to roll out. And it's okay if it breaks, just take it out. We're just going to smash it back together with our rolling pin. So I usually like to a little bit thicker, so I usually make mine about a 1/2 inch thick. If you like yours more thin and crispy, you can make it about a 1/4 inch thickness. You can use any shaped cookie cutter you like. See, this is about a 1/2 inch thick. I like to make little animals. But basically, I just use a circle cookie cutter when I'm doing mine. And now what you can also do is if you do not want to roll these out with a rolling pin, you can take your dough and form it into a log. And then when the log is finished chilling, you just cut off slices. So you're just gonna re-roll this dough, flatten it out. You're gonna cut out more cookies and you're gonna put them on an ungreased baking sheet lined with foil. We have preheated our oven to 350 degrees and we are going to cook these for 8 to 10 minutes until they just get a little brown around the edges. Okay, so our cookies are done. Mine were cooking for 12 minutes on this side, and on this side I cooked them for 13 minutes so I could just show you the difference. So on this side, the bottom is a nice pale golden brown, which is good. And then on this side, as you can see, they're a little bit darker golden brown. So these are going to be a little bit more crunchy than these, but they're both going to be very crunchy and just melt in your mouth. The last step on how I put the icing on. Now you can either do it this way or you can take a knife and spread it on. It just depends. So all we're going to do is take our icing and we're going to dip our cookie in there, and we are just going to let any excess icing drip off. And it's going to take about 20 minutes to harden. Now, like I said, if you'd rather use a knife, you can, but I find this way is a lot quicker and it makes a really smooth top to it. And there you have it. So here we have the finished product. Lemon glaze is hardened and it gives a nice shiny look to the cookies. These are going to be a hit with everybody who tries them. They are honestly my most popular requested cookie. Everyone that tries them loves them, and they're so simple to make. I showed you it's only a few ingredients, but it really makes a difference with good quality butter, and the lemon glaze gives it such a nice tang. So I'm going to try one for you. Literally melts in your mouth. The glaze is so tangy. It's a sweet buttery crust, and I hope you guys will give these a try. Till next time, thanks for watching.